What about Ameobi here? We're looking at Stone City Bridge by Knights Bridge 32. I think I found this course in the TGCTours completed course list. I don't remember though. Sorry about that. If you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing, and feel free to come hang out with us on Twitch live. We have fun, and sometimes you get to watch us fool around with Lightstream to make it visible. So, anyways, let's see what we've got here. So we've got that's a 5. Okay, that's gonna play longer than what it says there. The winds are up. Relatively straightforward tee shot here. Just needs to sneak left. The wind held it. Okay, what do we have left? Could have gotten there maybe if we hadn't hit it in the junk. So now we're just slashing it down the fairway because we missed the fairway. Okay, and then oh man, that course sounds like it could be an incident just waiting to happen. I might have to play that next. Okay, the green is, you could argue it's not a bad size. It's just a little bit plain, I guess. But we'll see how we go here. My guess is this design is relatively new. Okay, that pin, we're at 175 greens. That's pushing it. That's a definite hue of yellow, bordering on orange. Any faster, that's going to turn darker. And it's not going to get in there. It's not going to get in there at all. Okay. So let's see with the greens if that becomes a feature where that pin's dicey. It might barely be okay, but it's iffy. Okay. I'm not loving that pathway from the tee to the fairway. It just, I understand that they happen in real life. It just looks kind of, just the way it sits is a bit weird. We've reminded Axel of some issues. And then the split fairway, I guess it's a better angle from the right, but it's not a great angle either way. So I'm not sure this needed to be split. It's going to be placed shorter from the left. Maybe there's a pin that is more accessible from the right fairway. That right pin, maybe? I don't know. Hard to say. Okay, I'm seeing some sculpting up there on the left that might need to be worked on a bit. Oh, yeah, run in there, why don't you? We got a creek. Let's have a look at that. Okay. I wouldn't mind seeing that be cut down a bit and be a bit deeper. The water plane is kind of sneaking up, and I mean, any kind of rain, this thing's getting flooded out. So just have the water lower somehow, whether you dig this and then, not sure. And then it's kind of planted and then it kind of isn't in areas. I don't know if there's a plant meter issue or if it was a bit of I'm designing this on PS4 and planting sucks, so I'm done. Could be a bit of both, but yeah, I mean, the water looks like it's almost the same level as the fairway, which wouldn't happen obviously. Move the tee forward a bit, maybe, yeah. I don't know, just the way the green is created, I don't know that it really makes much difference which side you come in from, because you're going over bunkers anyways. But this is my first look at it. It would have been play tested and whatnot, so it might make a difference. And I just can't see it. Bring the water into play. Well, you know what? But we were into a pretty fierce wind there. Downwind, that water is big time in play. Downwind, you're going to have to think about it. And then the green itself. Yeah, it's okay. I mean, sorry, it's there's I was concerned after the first green. There's nothing here that's concerning me too much. It's a nice enough green. Yeah. Oh. That's all I can say about that one. Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, it was, sorry, Axel, it was pretty good into the wind, so even if it wasn't any wind at all, it would have been in play, I think. We at least would have had to be thought about. Okay. I mean, overall, so far I'm liking the ideas. And we're going minimal trees and whatnot. It's a bit of an open concept, which I don't mind. Geez, where do I want to aim this? Boom, pushed it, and good thing I did. Okay, so downwind, this is going to go forever. It might not even stay in the fairway on the left. Okay. And then we're left with a little flip in. I would argue that green is maybe bigger than it needs to be for this length of hole. It's such a short hole that you could get away with it being smaller. But, never mind that for right now. What do we got over here? This is cool. It's interesting that we're coming back to the clubhouse on the 3rd. I've seen that before though. We've got some cars in the parking lot. It could have been cars instead of plant in the creek, because my understanding is cars take up a ton of plant meter. We've got some patio, a couple patios out here. And then what's over here? Oh, that's the first tee, I think. Yeah, that was the first tee. Okay, so the first tee started by the clubhouse, which makes sense. We've got the cart barn. There's a driving range back here. Huh. There's a lot of cool details here. And then we're coming back to it for the 3rd. So basically, this was designed before we could serve beer on the course. So now we can just run in real quick after the 3rd, grab a beer, go back out. I wonder if we're going to come back again. I am kidding, by the way, kind of. Oh, look at that. It's red fast, really? Huh. Yeah, that's when I understood. Cars do murder the plant meter. Actually, I grew up on a golf course, 9-holer. After the 2nd hole, you walked right past the clubhouse. The 5th hole was beside, the 5th green was kind of beside it. If you really were desperate, you could run in after the 7th hole and then the 9th hole. So you could literally go 4 times to the clubhouse. So back before they let beer be sold on the course, you had no problems getting it. Okay, so here, this is, I mean, unless we have well, downwind, yeah, we can get there. And I'll take that back. Into the wind to layup. So, okay. Again with the red fast. I thought there was a huge wind into me too. Okay, there it is. Lost Souls emotes are showing up. I'm seeing your emotes, Lucas. Oh, they're showing. And now here's one thing I don't like about this hole. I'm completely blocked out, and I mean, yes, I'm down the left side of the fairway. If I was down the right, maybe I'm not as blocked. I have a feeling I'm going to be at least a little blocked, though. I mean, the pin's behind the tree, basically. And this is turning into a long hole because of this wind. So, Into the wind, I'm not. Downwind, it's smashed it over the creek, and holy smokes, I didn't get there. I'm not loving that approach. Blind for no particular, not blind that doesn't need to be. Okay, now it could just be that pin too, because this green looks like it's pretty darn big. I wouldn't have been blind to the front right, back left. I am. I don't know. Bunkering. You might want to work on the bunkering a little bit, just get it a little bit more interesting, I guess. Oh. It'll take me a while to figure out this light stream stuff, boys. I can promise you that. Okay, so now we got ourselves a par 3. What's going on over here? We just have fences around the tees. Okay. I get it. It just, I would maybe have the one behind the back tee, but not behind the front tees, because it just looks kind of off. This green. Oh, don't. Okay, so it goes right to left. All right. So I just happen to have the hard pin. Well, that's figures. There we go. Not fast for once. So I get the wind right. Close. Chill. Chill. Okay. Not too bad. A little false start there. I actually did push forward. Oh, another lip. Oh, they're emojis. Okay. Alright. Now we got ourselves a short, would-be drivable, except we're right into the teeth, par 4 that is super narrow. Which basically then tells me hit your driver, because if you're going to be in the rough, you may as well be up there. So I get the idea of it being narrow because of how short it is. Makes sense. But it basically takes away any incentive to lay up, and it basically forces a driver. And it doesn't force it. It just, I guess what I'm saying is there's no, I don't see why I wouldn't just hit driver, because like I said, if I'm going to be in the rough, I may as well be way up here. Little green, which makes sense. Looks like there's a false front there, which I'm okay with. Okay. It is windy out there, and it's -8 Celsius. Yikes, that's about 17, 16 degrees for you Americans. And with some howling wind, it's gonna be chilly. What am I doing? Okay, so we got a par 5. Again, we've got the fairway split. Let's see why we have it split. What do I get? But what does going to the left do for me? To the left, it just looks like I bring that tree into play more. And I can't really get a view at it. Oh, maybe not. Does it shorten it a bit, maybe? So if I'm down here... No, it doesn't really. Again, I'm not... It's split fairway, and I'm not sure why, other than maybe just to make it narrower. Make it play narrower. Hey, Maddie, how's it going, buddy? Oh, lovely. Yeah, Maddie's a Sasky boy. No, the wind's howling. I mean, I'm up on the 10th floor, so I can hear it better, but it's going pretty good. Okay, downhill slope. The water, it's a par 5. There, I guess your layup is over here, is it? But so if I hit it in the rough, I probably am just pitching out in front of me. That water could be, let me see. Something about that water isn't working right. Could be just because it's downwind. Maybe into the wind it plays completely differently. But I'm pretty close to the end of no, I guess I'm not. I mean, I'm relatively close to the end of the fairway, and I got 190, so you're going to have, if you can't get over, the best you're going to get to is like 160, I guess. Yeah. If the water was closer to the green and there was more room back there, maybe. But then coming from the left, it is close to the green. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. Chat's talking about how cold it is where they are and how cold as they've ever seen. And there's actually a few Canadians in here, so me being one of them. So, forget your name that designed this. Paul, easy enough for me to look. Knightsbridge, sorry, Knightsbridge. You're going to get some good weather chat when you watch this back. Okay, the green again. It's pretty big. It might need to be for the length of shot you're requiring in, though. Unless, yeah, I'm still not understanding what the benefit of going down the left is. If anything, I just think it makes the hole harder. If you get on the right, at least you can have a bit of a bail to the right. You don't have that going down the left, so I don't know. All right. Hey there, Adam. How's it going, man? Did I miss anybody? I got Maddie. Okay. Again, this wind is just a bugger. This is the default wind, too. I don't know, this hole looks like it's missing just a little something. What is it missing? Couldn't tell you. Just feels a little bit. Oh, no. Thank you. I'm not doing that Mick Jagger dance thing. Another, I mean, it's a big green on what's a relatively long par 3. Okay. Yeah, Axel, I remembered. I was like, don't you dare get in there, ball. Yeah, okay. So it's a bit of an open concept. It could use a little bit, just a little bit of something to stand out a bit as I push it right into the bunker. Bounce hard. No, it's in. Okay. And the bunkers are pretty basic for the most part. So 9 comes back to the clubhouse, which makes sense. Okay. I don't mind the green for the length of the hole. I shouldn't be where I am. Yeah. That really shot right on me. And it was short too. Other than that, it was great. Alright, double sandy incoming. We need to hit this, I think. Okay. Alright. Oh, that. Okay. Who's going? Oh, see you, Lost Souls. Have a good one, man. Yeah, so like areas like here, it's just I get why, because you've got another hole going this way. It just feels a little empty. It just feels like this is just missing something. The holes themselves are good though, I think. We're just more looking at aesthetics right now. This is a pretty straightaway par 4. The green is what's making this one difficult. I don't want to pitch it. Okay, so that's a bit of a volcano pin there. Alright. Yeah, the bunkering is just kind of... They're just kind of there. Their sculpting could be a little better. There's a bit of bathtubing going on. Nothing outrageous, just a little tweak here and there, I think. Side door. I didn't want to go in the front door anyways. Alright. Okay. So look, we got a par 3 here. Again, we got a volcano pin. That's 2 in a row. I would check your pin sets, make sure that you're not having that kind of theme going on like that, where you know your pin 2s are all volcanoes and your pin 1s are all certain whatever. And then we've got a bit. This isn't. This I'm not loving how this slopes right, and then here it kind of comes back left a bit, and then here it's going right. I'm not one who's like, oh, drainage, because it's a video game, but it is a little awkward when the green's that way, and that's just really narrow, man. Alright, well. No, that's not a good shot. Nope, nope, nope. Gone. See ya. I was just gonna say, so it's narrow, hit a good shot. Well, epic fail. Out of the spinach. I'm gonna have some channel points up for ground later, boys, too. When I play my tour rounds, we'll be doing it through Twitch instead of Stream Elements, so that'll be cool. You might get your first top 10. Very nice. Okay, now again, what? This is a 507-yard par 4, and we've got this little bit of fairway here, and then I don't know why we needed to split this. You have a marginally better angle from the right. You have more room from the right. But I don't know. Just try to make me too, Miking. Me too. I just try to make the cut too. All right, just because of the wind, we're not getting here. That's just the fact. I probably need to hit driver. A full-blooded drive and a full-blooded 3-wood. And I'm short. Wow. Okay. So we can't reach into the wind on that hole. It's a hard hole. Jeez, easy out there. Okay, so we brought the water in here. It's funny, downwind, this is gonna go forever. Yeah, it's gonna be dicey. I'm not hitting full driver because of how much downwind it is. Yeah, that'll be fine. Look at that, I've just popcorned a driver out there, 336. Okay, that's the I think that's stream elements, Jay, right? To figure out how many channel points you have, I think it's just down by your chat. There should just be a number there. Because I don't think we're gonna use those Ameobi bucks anymore. Now that I'm an affiliate, we'll use the channel points. Okay, so the water's it's in play over the back. It's not really in play as a second shot. It's more of a kind of make me think off the tee. It's kind of where it's in play, it seems like. It's a bit of a missed opportunity there to have that water more in play. Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mean a lot of the guys that I've been seeing lately, it's yeah, there's some sculpting that maybe needs some tune up, but I think they're beyond Andre's videos. They're more it's more a bit of touch up here and there. It's more the strategy, and I think honestly that's the hardest part to get. Big hop, not a big hop in the bunker. Okay, so this was maybe drivable. Again, pretty darn narrow, so again, not really any reason not to just pound a driver down here. Yeah. Okay. This bunker's a little bit more interesting. We've played a little bit there. No, I'm not doing that one. I'm afraid. Big up. Didn't come out as much as I thought it might. Starting to get better strategy, yeah. Yeah, Ben's great. Absolutely great for that. Very, very analytical and just very... He just sees... He's playing chess when he's designing a hole. That's what it comes down to. Yeah, the fences again, just... Okay, so now we got just a dead straight away, narrow, long par 5. Okay. Didn't want to push that. I knew it wasn't going to come back as much left because of the wind. Get in the fairway at least. Okay. Lost a few yards not being in the fairway, but that's fine. And now this is where Ben's tutorials really come into play. So downwind, I can sneak this. Into the wind, the second shot again, and so I can sneak it, and if I can't, oh well, right? The bunkers just don't play difficultly enough to justify me laying up here. So it's really, and if I'm in the rough, I'm just smacking it down the fairway as far as I can. So B101 is it B01 TGC on YouTube, or is it just B101? One of the two, anyways. Look him up. Strategies for making a long par 5, and actually all of them, they're all great, but specifically here, wow, this thing really went. Just looking to make that second shot a little bit more interesting. Greens have been fairly consistent lately, so I haven't had much of a need to say much about them. Changed it recently. He's still B101, right? He just maybe added TGC to it or something. Yay. B101 TGC. Okay, yeah. So look up B101 TGC on YouTube, and he's got some really good videos there, some tutorials, and his are more so Crazy Canucks are kind of more the basic stuff, like how to do shapes and surfaces and sculpt and whatever, and then Ben's are more the advanced stuff, things like how to make a really interesting drivable par 4, how to make a really interesting short par 5, how to make a really interesting how to make a really interesting long par 5, stuff like that. So Definitely worth a look. I don't design, and I've watched them because I just find them interesting. So, and again, here we're straight away, I think, weren't we? Yeah. So we've fallen into a bit of a theme here, where it's just a straightaway, kind of narrowish hole. Just taking away a little bit of the, well, it's taking away the strategy, and it's making the course maybe not quite as enjoyable as the front line was. It's still a solid enough course. It's just getting to be a bit, you've got a couple bunkers in the landing area, you've got a couple bunkers by the green. Otherwise, it's straight and kind of whatever. Don't mean that harshly, but yeah, it's a fair point, J. Ray. It's a fair point. Okay. So yeah, again, I've mentioned already the bunkering. You could get a little bit more adventurous with the bunkering, bring it more into play. I almost wonder if at this point in the course you kind of ran out of steam or ideas or something, because now we're just kind of getting kind of stuck with our holes. Not every hole needs to wow the player, but at this point we're just kind of seeing the same thing. Yeah, for sure, Axel. I mean, 18 holes you're trying to design. I get it. So yeah, kind of same idea here. So that would be the one thing that I would suggest going forward is I don't know how long it took you to build this course. If it didn't take very long, then don't rush it out until you've got good ideas for holes. If it did take you long, then don't listen to me. Like I said, I don't design, so I have a hard time saying here's what you should do, because I don't do it myself. But okay. On the other hand, as a new designer, if you are, and I kind of sense that you are, I like that you've created, with a solid golf course, you haven't gone crazy with, all the fun stuff. And this is a good base to work from, I think. Next course you can get a bit more creative and try a few more things and see how they work. So this is an eminently playable course. I don't know if it was submitted for review. If it was, I don't know if it was accepted. I imagine it would have been. I can't see why it wouldn't. It's nice enough. But yeah, I think you've got the basics down. I would look at Ben's strategy videos. I think those will help create some more interesting holes. Maybe have a little bit of look at Crazy Canucks too. Just there's a little bit of sculpting here and there, a little planting that could be better. And then next course maybe try to be a bit more adventurous. Maybe try to step away from the kind of the Parkland open design and see what you come up with. But overall, it's a good effort. Yeah, I enjoyed that.